Welcome to Munger Vision, and welcome to Mill River soccer action. On a day that feels more like the end of summer than the middle of fall, Mill River, one more opponent between them and perfection during the regular season. They're undefeated, playing Springfield right now, Mill River, in the home whites. It's Seniors Day. I missed the ceremony. They started it very early to get it out of the way and get concentrating on the soccer game. I will tell you that in net is Mackenzie Mooney for Mill River. This is going to be Osmer coming in. Osmer going down, looking for a whistle. Didn't get it. Quimby will make the save as Casey Quimby. Well, if that's correct, I have her as a freshman. And she is introduced, so she is the starter. So Mill River with the first offensive touch of the ballgame, worked it down inside the 18, got inside the box, and as is customary, the seniors getting to start. That's Ariana Thomas, number 12 back there, and you can see Amanda Lee, number 18, a junior. So this is a program that just reloads every year. Coach Randy Chadburn, in his 9th year, has got a very good feeder program, and he has a lot of youth underclassmen on this team right here. That's going to roll into Mackenzie Mooney, and another senior, Mooney, she'll grab the ball and she'll get set for the punt. And it's in the mid-60s, almost 70 degrees today. There is a strong breeze blowing and the threat of rain in the air. Like I said, it feels more like a nice summer day. That ball coming through, and see Osmer with that speed forces Quimby to make the play. Quimby actually was run into by our own player. Springfield, the Cosmos, in those green uniforms, Mill River in the home whites. And Rogstad, who's a junior, she'll be back next year. She got a piece of the ball and she'll follow it up now, go off from her teammate Thomas. Now Rihanna Thomas, number 12, I'm sure it was that young lady. She was on the PEGTV Channel 15 live picking of the Pumpkin Queen for the Halloween parade. She's a part of the court, Pumpkin Princesses. And we'll have Springfield line it up for a kick here. Number 14 coming across is Liza Fontaine. Fontaine, number 14, a sophomore. See that wind knock the ball down? And it's going to work its way into the edge of the 18, and that's where Merrill will watch it go out of play. And Brian Hickey, one of the officials, and Randy Dewey, the other official. And Rogstad will take the throw. They wanted her to back up, and no, she will not take the throw. It'll be Chelsea Bagley, number 22. So Bagley, a junior, will go for the toss, and we'll come down to Kachupi and Osmer. Now, all those names I just said are all underclassmen. I mean, they're all starters on this undefeated team. And they're all coming back next year, unless they sign pro contracts. A dangerous play as it comes up. Foot comes up around the face of Ariana Thomas. That's Taylor Thomas, the captain on Springfield, called for the foul. And we'll have a kick by Amanda Lee, who's a junior, and she'll be back. Like I said, some great quality seniors graduating this year, not only athletically, but good people, good academics. Coach Chadburn's shelves won't be bare next year either. You'll have the cupboards, I guess is what it's called, won't be bare, and we'll have Rogstad come back and she'll take the throw. We're just underway, 4 minutes into the ball game in Mill River and Springfield. Like I said, Mill River undefeated and untied, looking in the regular season perfect. I have mixed feelings on that. I mean, I'm glad for the players and glad for the coach and the school, but now going into the playoffs, man, does that put a bullseye on your back and give the other teams tremendous more incentive, as if they need any more, to go after a top seed and also an undefeated team? There's a lot of pressure on that undefeated team also in their own heads. But to finish this soccer game before we talk about perfection, and then we'll roll through the inline and they'll send the ball back, and it'll be picked up by Amanda Lee, number 18, going back to get the ball. And she'll have the breeze at her, well, right now at her back. It is kind of a swirling breeze. But Lee's kicked the ball very, very well all season. That one's skipped on her, and she connected up top with Rogstad. They'll roll to the sideline, and we'll have a green throw. For Springfield, we'll have Johnson, another captain, out there for the Cosmos. And nice charge by Merrill, almost came up with the steal. Kachupi, they'll go off from Springfield right about the 35-yard line. Then a missed kick comes back, and Rebecca Day, who's just been on fire this year, she had a chance at it, and that ball looks like it's got enough legs to roll to Mooney, and she'll get there, and Mackenzie Mooney will make the stop. A lot of holes to fill next year. far as this senior group, but just one thing comes to mind. I mean, that's Mackenzie Mooney back there. That's a young woman that played a lot of starting goalie in her freshman year, and then has been a starter ever since. So, I mean, that's a lot of experience to replace back there as the goalkeeper. But let's get through this season first. Osmer took control of it around the 30, and she'll work the ball around, and she's got the speed to pull away. If she gets to the outside corner, and she's trying to bring the ball back to the inside on the dribble, has Day coming through, over-kicked her, comes back on the rebound just past Day, the ball on the 18, and Springfield scrambling around, can't really get control of it. They do get it up to the 25, and that's where Bagley will come up. She has the green light to come up the field, just like Lee does. Or is Bagley a midi, and Lee's back there as a sweeper, but they can all go up on the attack. Like I said, Coach Chabron, a lot more offensive weapons on this team than I've seen in a long time. And Osmer with the steal and then skipping away will let it fly high and wide. She got in there, and we'll have a sub. Not my tripod. I hate it when people shoot and the tripods aren't level. That ball never came in and got blocked. That's going to be sent back down. It's Hannon, number 23, who's had a great year for Mill River trying to clear. And boy, you see Osmer. She's quick, she's skilled, but she's physical. She doesn't mind rolling up her sleeves and getting her hands dirty out there, and she's going to, and this is something she's done just unbelievably well this year, serving up the corners. I mean, when Bagley alone scored on 3 headers from the ball served off corners by Osmer, and it's going to come out in front and just missed being another one. Yeah, I mean, you got to put the right touch on the ball aloft to put it out in the front of the net, and Osmer seems to have quite the knack for doing that. So we'll have a goal kick after that near miss by Mill River. It's going to be number 14 again taking a kick, Fontaine. This is Jenny Holler, senior captain, made the stop, fed the ball off, and before they could get everything revved up, Springfield with a temporary stop here. And Lee, like I said, she's given a green light. She can come up, as long as she communicates on who's going to rotate back defensively for her. She can come up on any place she wants, and that's going to be Hannon, and it'll be out of play. Yeah, Hannon only a junior also. I mean, so you start looking at that roster, you say, wow, some great seniors on there, but then you start looking and say, oh my God, this player's coming back, this player's coming back, this player's coming back. But let's finish this year first, and like I said, they're going to have a lot of home playoff games, win or lose today. Mill River, that is. They've won the regular season MVL championship already. They're just in the mode here to keep up that winning feeling. Yep. There's nothing that bonds a team together more than winning. I know people say hard times and losing can make your team tight. It can also break your team apart. That can go either way. But winning sure makes it easy to coach and to be a player and want to come to practice and get geared up for the games, and that's only human. 9 minutes gone by. We'll have a push called against Mill River, and we'll have the kick taken. Oh, grass and field over in that far corner. And that will roll out of play. And Springfield will retain possession. They'll have the throw right between the 2 benches. I call it both up the midfield. Actually, when she let the ball go, she was just about standing on midfield. And boy, you can see the ball keep rolling, and they're going to set it out, and that's going to come down to Eleanor Ross. Now, the announcer, Mike Lee, calls her Ellie Ross. I've never met the young lady, but the program says Eleanor. I'm not sure what she'd prefer. And it's off from Springfield. I'm waiting for the call. Yeah, they're going to have Bagley come over, and she'll take the throw. Where are you, Chelsea? There you are. I like the fact that it's got some cloud cover today. That always makes my job easier. I like the fact that it's warm but not make you perspire dying of the heat warm. Yeah, 2 weeks ago I shot a game on the outside in the Proctor soccer program, the girls team, and oh my God, it finished up in the mid-20s degrees, 20 degrees that the game did. Oh my goodness, was this old man cold. This is much better. Yeah, speaking of Proctor, congratulations to their boys team winning the regular season MBL D division. They'll have a #1 seed going into the playoffs, home field throughout. And that's going to bounce around, and Day Day's been marked all year, but she's found great ways to either assist on goals or get goals. I mean, she's just unstoppable. And now with the emergence of Osmer as a lethal weapon out there, scoring machine, has that really made that 1-2 punch of Day and Osmer even more hard to come up with some type of scheme as the opposing coach to stop it. You know, that's the thing. Say if you concentrate everything you got on your forwards defensively, or I mean on your defensive players to stop the forwards Day and Osmer. First of all, you're shutting down your own offense. Usually when you play such a defensive game, you're looking just for a lucky counterattack, freaky goal for yourself. But just think, if you shut down, then he slides, then Coach Chadburn, if you shut down those two players, he'll slide Amanda Lee up, and she's a scorer, a finisher. Chelsea Bagler right there, she'll come up, she's a scorer and a finisher. I mean, it's the thing, you just can't concentrate on one or two areas on this Mill River squad. And like I said, in years past, they've had more prolific scores. They've had record year scores. They've had no scores. This year, they seem to really have a decent balance, really good depth and good balance on their team. As Springfield will take the throw right in front of the bench area on at Mill River Union High School. You're watching Munger Vision. I brought you all the games again for Mill River Girls Soccer. I only missed one boys Mill River game. The first game of the year, September 4th. I could not be here because I had surgery on my knee that day. Imagine I had knee surgery on September 4th, and I had to miss that game obviously because I couldn't get out of the hospital and get here and crutches and all that good stuff. After that, I didn't miss any more games. That's remarkable, I think. Because I don't get, this isn't a paying gig, this is a volunteer gig I do. Community type TV, just go out and help out in the community. And I think that's pretty good for an old guy. My meniscus was torn, now my meniscus is not torn. It's just shorter. That's an amazing procedure. They don't, you can't sew up a meniscus, they just cut away all the tear. And it doesn't regenerate. So they can only do it a couple times, then you're out of meniscus. Bet you didn't think you'd be getting a, I guess that'd fall under a biology lesson, medical lesson. One letting that 1.8 grade average from Rutland shine through again. And we will have another throw as Osmer over there, and she's going to be at a position where she's going to have a corner. I was yakking so much about my knee, I didn't pay attention. You can see now the wind has shifted and the flag blowing toward Osmer, which means she'll be kicking it into the breeze. So the second corner for Mill River in the first half comes up, and boy, Lee came up and just brought it wide. Yeah, Amanda Lee came from the top of the 18 in and just didn't really wind up on it, just kind of took it gently on it. So we played 14 minutes of soccer. Mill River's compiled 2 corners, 2 near misses, and we're scoreless on Seniors Day. Congratulations to all the seniors on the field for both Springfield and Mill River. And that was off from Rogstad last, and we'll have the Cosmos in those green uniforms get set to crank it up, and they'll send the ball down to Rogstad. We'll turn it right around, and she's looking for Ross, and the ball just took a funny bounce over the top of Redenis in there, and she'll slide the ball all the way across to Paige Carrera. Carrera able to corral it and go to the open corner, and Day leaps in the air, and I believe went off from the defender, and it did. We'll have Carrera take the throw. So Paige Carrera with a line drive toss has it picked up. She's looking for Redenis. Day on the steal is going to lift it, and she's got Rogstad with a header. It's going to be knocked down by Quimby, and that's where you see Rogstad. Now, she came up on the offensive attack and almost scored. I mean, he's got quite a team here, Coach Chadburn does. So another near miss by the Minutemen, and Springfield trying to keep the pressure down this into the field for a while. They're going to have the throw coming up, but they're going to have to wait a second. That's number 5 taking the throw, Lindsay Bulldog. She is a senior. Nope, she's not going to take the throw. She's still a senior, though. She's coming on the game for a sub, and I'm trying to see they're having like everybody say, I'll take the throw, and it's going to end up be Johnson, Olivia Johnson. So she won the I'll take a throw contest, and she'll get set to make the toss. And that's going to come out of bounds. We'll have another throw coming up, and just about 10 yards further down the field right now. And they found an open spot this time, and that shot never got through. They wound it up and knocked it down, and Osmer wanted to nudge the ball behind and then chase it down. Oh, she used her rump right there. See, she uses everything. She's a great soccer player. You don't see David Beckham using his rump like that. She was able to edge the ball out, and now she'll send it across, and it'll skip in the middle of the field, and I'm looking for anybody in the color there, any color jersey to get to it. Usually you'll never find an open spot like that in a soccer game where the ball will stay there for 5, 6, 7 seconds before anybody gets to it. Look at that nifty move by Rogstad. She's looking to slide the ball in the corner to Osmer, and I think Osmer is no surprise right now. Everybody in Springfield knowing where number 7 is out there. And on the horn, we're going to also have a substitution for Mel River. Kachupi coming back in number 9. She'll replace for Dennis. And we've got a Springfield player down tying her shoe up, their cleat. And now we're good. That was a lot happening on that whistle, and I got it all in there. Gotta tell you, November 27th and November 28th, Rusty DeWeese, the logger, brings his holiday show to the Paramount Theater. That's a Friday and Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Show times, and get your tickets early. Go to the Paramount website at www.paramountlive.org. And I tell you what, if you're in the mood to laugh so hard that you pee your pants, this is the guy to come see. He is one funny comedian. And he's got some great music that he plays also. He's got some tremendous musicians that accompany him on this. So you got music, you got some dancing, you got a lot of comedy. Great night at the Paramount Theater, November 27th and 28th. Plus, Rusty DeWeese, the logger himself, will be the guest, my guest on my show, Sports Beat, for the next 3 weeks. So you can either go to www.pegtv.com, click video on demand, and click Sports Beat number 381, and you can watch the logger talk about just about everything on my show. Or you can wait if you don't want to go on the internet and do it, and you can turn on channel 15 Monday afternoons at 4:30 in the afternoon, Tuesday afternoons at 5:30, and Thursday nights at 9 o'clock, and watch Rusty DeWeese, the logger on Sports Beat. Got another show coming up mid-November. I went up to VINS, Vermont Institute of Natural Science, in Quechee, Vermont, and got a tour, and got the staff there not only brought me out birds, took me to owls and hawks and eagles, let me shoot great video footage of it, and they also did a medical procedure on a hawk and let me videotape that. I mean, it's a real cool show. Not because it was my show and my idea and I produced it, but I had great guests. That's going to be a chance here as the ball missed on the kick and rolling toward the edge. Will they save it in? Yep, Ross able to cross the ball and get it to Osmer. Osmer on the spin will dance to the center of the field. She wants to cross the ball over. Good defense. See, Day and Osmer will have people shadowing them all game long. Oh yeah, their reputations precede them. Yes, Rogstad with the heave. Yeah, he'll be cleared back out. Midfield and beyond to the 40, and Lee. She's got those real wiry legs. She's able to swing that thing up around her hip and kick it out midair and get it up to Bagley. Day. And I don't know if it surprises me or if it's just surprising me how fast she is. Not that I thought she was slow, but extremely fast she is. She's got great speed. That goes over the top of the intended target's leg. I think it was Ross, and that ball will roll down. We're still scoreless, and it goes off for Merrill now. So Springfield will take the throw, and right now it looks like it's going to be Sanderson, the sophomore, that'll take the throw, and she's going to keep the ball. Yep. A lot of times they say so-and-so is going to take the throw, and he subs, and then the horn sounds, and the sub comes in, and he substitute who's throwing the ball, and then I got to start all over searching down the roster again. Got a push from behind on Merrill. And that'll give Springfield another throw at what they will be over midfield. Yeah, they're just getting the spot. Or is it a foul? Oh, it was a foul. It was a push, Jerry. You know better than that. It was a foul on the push. So it'll be a kick. Apologize for that. Maureen Taggart, number 11, is coming to the ballgame for Mill River. That'll come all the way in to Mackenzie Mooney, and Mackenzie will make the grab. We're at the halfway point, and I gotta tell you, Springfield's dodged 3 really good attempts here at Mill River getting scores, but they've done something else. They've kind of made the ball get clogged up in the middle of the field. Mill River, in the games that I've done, whether they're playing Division 1, 2, or 3 opponents, one thing they do well is they link up the field. They transition through the middle of the field very well. They do it better than I say it. That's how good they are at it. And Carrera will just send that ball down. You see Taggart 11 in your picture now. Kachupi coming up on the attack. Kachupi's a scorer also. You know, she's coming back. Oh, here comes Day on the go. Day cuts it back inside. She'll go back to get the ball. We'll go to the left foot, push the pass forward, get it to Taggart. Taggart, a freshman, wants to just send it over on that loop play where they bring. Oh, look at that. It's a wide open net. Merrill can't get it in. Can't get it in. Merrill can't get it in. Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure how, but Springfield scrambling around in front of their net. Very chaotic scene. The keeper came way out. Quimby did, and we got a foul. We got offside. Oh, it was like a herd of buffalo going down the field. Mill River just stampeding down the field. The goalie played the ball way over on the in line, couldn't get back in the net. And then just a stampede going toward that open goal, kicking, and numerous Springfield players made saves. The goalie's got to take them all out to dinner after the game, after that display of athletic ability. Actually, they saved the goalie's bacon's what they did. So we are still scoreless, and we are 18 minutes left before half. 22 minutes into this ball game. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not shocked to be scoreless. Seniors, it's a different feel today. Teams of any gender, of any sport, and coaches that I've known, are creatures of habit. They're superstitious. They're going to have the shot come in, and it'll be saved by Quimby that goes off from Taggart. I think no, that wasn't Taggart. I got to get that lady's number. 17, that's Ross that had the shot. And Quimby right in the right spot, playing the angle. Nope. I just remember one football coach, Brian Grady for MSJ. And he didn't say it negatively. He just thought, Seniors Day, you change your routine. The kids aren't focused. He wants them so focused on the game. But you're thinking Seniors Day, wherever I got to stand, I got to bring the flowers out to my parents, I got to go to midfield. It's a completely different routine than what they're used to. Coaches want routine. Repetitive, over and over and over and over again routine. Just like running practice plays in practice and stuff. And then like today, not that there's anything wrong with the seniors all starting, but then it was a different starting lineup than what they're used to out there. So yeah, it takes a little while to kind of level off, get back into the feel of what's normal out there for their routines and pregame and then their starting lineups. And so I'm not surprised that they haven't scored yet. I mean, they've had 4 great chances. It's a little bit of luck also involved that they haven't scored yet, but usually when they come out in the second half, any team, any sport, any gender, after a Seniors Day first half, they're all kind of zoned in and settled down. Now Springfield, not to take any credit away from them, I don't want to sound like that, they've bent but haven't broke here. And like I said, they've marked well. They're playing a much more defensive. They've given up basically thinking offense, and they've just concentrated on keeping them scoreless, maybe getting to a tie overtime, maybe getting a fluky goal, penalty kicks, anything. But they're concentrating 90% of this game on stopping of a defense, and they're out there. Everything's marked tight. The middle of the field isn't wide open to flow. Everything's marked long. And they're banking on, if Mill River, at the way Springfield's set up, if Mill River gets 2 goals, that's going to be extremely hard for Springfield to overcome that small deficit. They'd have to change their entire attack mode. As we've played 24 minutes of soccer, 16 minutes left to go in this first half of play. And the Cosmos taking the throw. That's Paige Carrera, and she'll get it to Taggart. There's again a couple more underclassmen to Kachupi, another underclassman. So, yeah, if any of my cameras still work next year, and I can still get VHS tapes because that's obsolete like me, I'll probably be back here doing Coach Chadburn's 10th season. I mean, that's if I survive the winter too. Don't forget, I'm no spring chicken myself. So. That's coming in, and Quimby will be there again. Quimby is a decent-sized goalie. I mean, I'm looking at her, and I'm thinking 5'9"-ish, 5'9.5". So, she's a big target in net as far as covering up that's a big goal to cover. And she seems extremely athletic, tracks the ball well. So, all you need is a hot goalie, and all of a sudden, perfect seasons turn into 1 losses. And I'm not saying that's going to happen here today, but Quimby's getting more and more confident acting as the game goes along. And that's going to be out of play. Yes, it will. So Carrera will take the throw, number 3, and she's going to be looking at, she's looking long, and she's going to go long. She was looking for Kachupi, over tossed her, and Springfield takes it off the toe and just nudges it 10 yards forward. Then a 50-50 ball, and nice little nudge there by Bagley. Bagley stronger than she would appear. She's thin and wiry, but see her lean into the player there and create space. That's a good job by Bagley. See Osborne marked already. Marked twice. See him gain, that's good defensive strategy. See that? They bumped her off the ball and no whistle. I don't like that. There's marking, and then you got to kind of understand. They're smart soccer officials. They know what's going on, but you got to keep it in check. Oh, like that right there. Kachupi able to leap over the leg, get it to Osmer. Osmer's got Ross, and Ross is going to be offsides. Yep. That was a good call. It was a good call. Ross was trying to hold the line, but we'll have Springfield. Now right there again, Springfield dodged the bullet, in my opinion. They clogged up the middle of the field, but it was a great play by Kachupi that got the through ball, the long ball up there, and Mill River had the numbers, and they had the attackers back there, and then just offsides by a half a stride. And it's I'm trying to see the sub. That's a long way. It looks like Day coming back in. So I believe Rebecca Day is one of the subs that have come in, and we're good to go on the throw. As time getting down toward that 13-minute mark here in the first half of play. 0-0 or 0-0, as they say in the soccer world. Carrera turn, wanted to drive it up the sideline, and Springfield standing right there. And that's going to roll out of play. Yes. And yeah, I was waiting to see it. It will be a corner. So Springfield will get a corner. Now this is what they're playing for. Just a fluky thing like that became a corner. This could be their only offense. And then, you know, just driving a corner, and all of a sudden it's 1-0 Springfield. I mean, this is the type, they're sacrificing all offense for defense, waiting for something, a counter punch like this to occur for them. So Fontaine, she'll have the breeze blowing laterally. See the hook on that ball? Kachupi came out, broke the play up, blew it up, and got it out to Osborne. She just wants to dump it up and out. And they do that. They get it up to the 45, so they'll survive that corner. They'll go off some headers and out of play. Springfield all of a sudden picking up the tempo a little bit. Their throw, though, was erratic, and it'll go through the inline, and that'll give them River a goal kick. As Hannon coming back in the ball game, number 23, Amber Hannon, a junior for Mill River. And Amanda Lee getting set to put the ball in flight here. And she gets it up off the head of her teammate Hannon, and there'll be a little, whoops, camera drop down. A little scramble for the ball, and Lee will just swing away at it. Again, Springfield doing a good job of, like in basketball, almost going to a stall here, grinding it down, not letting the game flow. It's like, if you can equate this to basketball, if you get into a run and gun wide open basketball game, end-to-end action, that's what you don't want to do with this Mill River squad right now in soccer. You don't want this thing to be just a race from one end of the field to the other wide open. And Springfield realizes they don't have the horses to do that. So tempo. You'll hear me say it all winter in basketball. One of the biggest keys in basketball before anything ever happens. Yeah, you can take care of the basketball. Limit turnovers. Shoot a great field percentage. But it's tempo. I find that in the thousands and thousands and thousands of games I've done. In the end, when I reflect on a win or a loss, it was tempo. The other one team, usually the team that wins, dictated your style of play, dictated the tempo. All right, now Springfield hanging on to a 0-0 game, and they're grinding it out. They got the tempo where they want it. And coming to the inside now is Merrill. And that ball will go to the corner, sideline, and out of play, and it should be a white throw. And you see Hannon going back, number 23. As we've officially played 30 minutes of scoreless soccer. We're at the 10-minute left to go mark here in the first half. I tell you what, Springfield gets to halftime at a scoreless game. A, they got to feel real good about their effort on the road against an undefeated Mill River squad. But B, a lot of people say, well, how can you gauge Mill River? Well, they've beaten some Division I teams. The big knock is people say, well, they haven't played any northern teams. Well, poo-poo, I say. They've beat everybody in Division II they played. They have beaten Division I opponents. They've won on the road against tough teams. They've won at home in bad weather. But I think the real test would be something like this, a game where you're expected to be up by 4 or 5 goals. In the public's perception, you're scoreless. Do you come out worried, nervous, worried, and timid and tentative? Or do you come out like, oh my God, I just ate, spinach like Popeye, and I'm going to break the doors down and kick the walls in? I mean, that to me will tell me a lot about this team. Horn sounds, and number 7, Olivia Johnson, will have to wait. Springfield shuffling in some new people. Tarbell leaving number 4 for Springfield, and the Cosmos with the throw, and that'll be brought down by Jenny Holler. Lee lets the ball come to her on that second bounce and then just gives it about a 10, 12-yard kick, and that's going to stay in play. You see Rogstad get out there and over the top. The wind knocked it down, and Osmer can't get to that. Now, she'll get to that, though. That's using your head as Emily knocks the ball down with tack going forward, and Springfield, smart play, didn't leave it hanging there where something could happen to it, and Ross has to go erratically off her foot. Out of play, went off the outside of her foot, sliced it, and went out of play. We want to see it right there. Bad break on the trap attempt by number 9, Alexis Locke. She brought the ball down and it just dribbled off her foot and went out of play. As Taggart coming in for Ross for Mill River will have Bagley take the throw. 32 minutes gone, 8 minutes left, first half. Mill River Union High School, today's feature presentation, taking on Springfield. Mill River looking to finish up a perfect regular season. Goes to Day. Day wanted to drill it through, look for Osmer, and that time it didn't click. But I tell you one thing Springfield's doing very well also. They're just like in a kickoff in American football. They're staying in their lanes. There's less alleys for that ball to go through on those passes like that. Now I should know, but I don't know Springfield's record. This could be like the Super Bowl to them right here. They could gear their whole season up just to knock off an undefeated team. Well, they wouldn't know that until late in the season, but that they would be undefeated. And bounces off several different people. We'll come back to Kachupi. Kachupi able to dribble to open, avoid the losing of the ball there. She got contact, and now go through the inline. Oh, I thought A.J. Morrow of the Rutland Herald sitting there was going to make the play. He is. He's going to go after. There he is. Who doesn't think he's athletic? Look at him go after that soccer ball. The great A.J. Morrow, photographer for the Rutland Herald. Now, see, I put him on PEGTV. I identified him, gave him all kinds of credit. Love the guy. He's an icon. How can you not like him? 15 years of doing this gig, he's taken 100 pictures of me and never put me in the paper. And of course, I know why. I don't want people not to buy the paper, but it'll pop up, and a header, 50-50 ball. It's going to be a scramble for it, and Bagley looks like she's going to get it pushed across and connected up with Hannah. Hannah going shoulder to shoulder. Now, one other thing Springfield's doing, too, is they're playing a little bit ugly. They're out there, and they're leaning on you, and they're grinding on you. And look at the athletic move over there. Was that Hickey? Ryan Hickey dodging the ball. I've seen more officials this year make great athletic plays. As many plays as the players make out there. They're up and down the field, sprinting and running and getting in good position. And this is going to be a header coming back. And Taggart's going to be a step late. And Quimby will grab the ball yet again. We played 34 minutes of scoreless soccer. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Oh, everybody kind of watched the ball there. I'm telling you, this has the feeling of a Seniors Day game because not really out of sync, but not really playing their type of game, Mill River. And that's not to take anything away from Springfield. Mooney, very under control all the time, very casual, will go out and get the ball. She'll line up her steps, step into it, and, for the wind conditions, that's very good. Because it's a gusty, windy, it's a fall day, man, even though it feels like summer. And by that, I mean there's always a lot of wind in the fall. There's a little color left out here, too. Very muted color, but I still think it's pretty. I'm colorblind. I can see the variations. What a nice jousting match there. And Mill River able to get it up to Bagley, and she wants to send it through. Oh, they had Rogstad sneaking down this left side, and then the last moment a step up by Springfield, and Rogstad will stay right there, and she'll take the throw number 16 from Mill River. Oh, no, they wanted to back up, and on the change, Bagley will grab the ball, and Bagley will go back about 3 yards. And that will go off from the head of Kachupi. Must have hit her on the crown. 4:41 to go before halftime. And that was a Springfield substitution coming in. That's what the break in the action was for. It was number 10, Brandenburg, coming in. Rogstad on the exchange of possession went over the top looking for Ross, and Ross challenged the ball, ran by it, and now she'll get back into the play. Now go off from Rogstad. Rogstad. Yeah, they tried to bring Bagley the ball as she was moving forward. She didn't anticipate it, didn't expect it coming, and the ball will roll by her. So, yeah, biggest thing Coach Chadburn's going to do is just settle his team down. Not that they're doing anything wrong, but he wants them to start settling down and playing like the style of play that Mill Rivers wants to play. And that'll take a bounce. Osmer waited. Ball will land. Kachupi will look at the time she had. Wow, that was quite a bit of time and space for a while there. As that'll go off from the side of the foot from Lee, but it'll connect right up with Hannon, and it goes off from her thighs hard as she's trying to bring it down and settle it on the trap. She'll wrestle the ball away, maybe. Yeah, she'll get up to Kachupi, and there she goes. She wants to just find that vacated corner, and on to give back today. She's coming down through the field. She'll reverse on the dribble, send the shot in, and just wide of Quimby. That's what Day can do so well. Quick release, unload the shot, shoot left foot, shoot right foot. Just like Clint Eastwood, gunslinger out there in the Western. 3 minutes to go. First half, 37 minutes of scoreless soccer here for Mill River. And that kick will be, is that saved? Wow, that stayed in bounds. That was quite the tightrope walk out there. Lee will back up behind the ball, try to get her momentum going forward, and she'll kick it into the Mill River bench area. In Springfield, see the guy sitting on the end of the bench? That's Coach Chadburn. I can't tell you what he's thinking, but I think he's getting his halftime speech ready. Or his talk, or whatever you want to call it, his analysis of the first half, his adjustments he's going to make. And that wind really kicking up now. Rain's coming, they say. Rain's coming. I don't want it to happen until after the game. And that's going to be in bounds all the way down. Now it'll cross the line, go out of play. 1 minute, 59 seconds to go. And they're going to bring Paige Carrera in for Hannon for Mill River, and Bagley's going to have the throw, number 22. Rogstad. Ross, and out of play. They'll have another chance here, Mill River will. Bagley, already in the vicinity, will pick the ball up and was looking for Osmer, and it just took a funny bounce over the top of her head. Ross will pooch it, and it'll go out of play. So Springfield, the Cosmos looking to end the first half here with a scoreless game. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go before halftime. Yep, and they'll just do it again. Same spot, different results. Lee will wind it up, and Mill River not used to playing these close quarter type passing games. They're more an over the top or a dribble through the field. But that's option not available right now. Bagley got a handball. She had no choice in it. She got drilled with the ball in the arm. As that was off from Lee's head. And here comes Springfield. Oh, they had bad communications, and Lee will get over there and kick it out of play. Yeah, see what I mean? They're laying for just a fluky counter punch. Springfield is offensively. Right now, I'm just conjecturing. I bet the Springfield coach is beside himself. It's going to be a push on Carrera, and a good spot to kick the ball from time ticking down. Now 20 seconds to go. They're going to be kicking from the 25-yard line. And what makes it a good spot is it's on the angle. Oh, and they never get the ball up. And they'll go through the inline, and that's probably going to be the first half as we've gone below 10 seconds. By the time Mooney gets the ball and they set the ball, that should be the halftime. So we're going to the break from Mill River. Scoreless. Springfield and Mill River 0-0. Seconds into the second half. And Springfield, Mill River scoreless right now. And again, a seniors day, and We switch into the field, and it's windy, and there's a chance of rain coming in. It's getting dark early. Handball, they didn't call it. It will bounce through. Day's got a chance to hook it in, and Quimby will play the short post to make the save. So again, Quimby there to close the door. Another Mill River scoring opportunity. She's made several saves, 6 good, really highlight ones. And she's just in position as Osmer going back, and Quimby will make a leap, make a grab, and she's going to go all the way to the other side of the box and take the kick. And oh, she let go of she kicked it too late, and the ball came down early, and she's going to send it through to Day. Day makes the move. She's one-on-one, and she's going to give him the save. Oh, to follow up the score. Oh, my goodness. Day was all ready to punch out the ticket and give her the goal, and Quimby made an incredible save, and Day just followed it up as nobody marked her on the second attempt, and Day drilled it in the back of the net. Mill River will be up 1-0, a minute 13 into the second half, or 41 minutes and 37 seconds into the game. Senior Rebecca Day in the Minutemen attack early here. And that time, there is single marking. But Day only had the one mark on her, only one defender on her, and she juked her out with a dribble move. And now I wouldn't be surprised. Like I told you, second half usually things stabilize for the teams on Seniors Day, and I'd be surprised not to see a barrage of a quick 3 or 4 goals here by Mill River. There's Jenny Holler, senior captain back there, in good position defensively, and Springfield will steer it in toward Mooney, and she almost will. That still loose ball popped up, and they're going to say the whistle blew. Yeah, they're saying dead ball. Mooney had it long enough, and she'll set it down, and that made the Mill River fans a little goosebumpy there for a second. And I'm not planning on being here for the playoffs, but let me just say it now in case I don't make it. I'd like to thank Rob Black, the athletic director, for taking good care of me this soccer season, for the Mill River administration, players, coaches, parents for allowing me to videotape Mill River sports and then put it back on Channel 15 where the community can enjoy the school's athletic endeavors. So 1-0, the Minutemen went to the halftime break scoreless, and they come out at minute 13 into the second half, and Rebecca Day gets a goal unassisted. Now Springfield can stay with their game plan. They're only down the 1 goal. The only thing that might alter their game plan is by falling behind by several goals. Now hypothetically, if they're down 1-0, which was 5, 6, 7 minutes ago, that's also probably a time that they would change the game plan up at that point. It's done everything they've asked it to do. Now it's time to abandon ship and be a little more reckless on offense. Or gamble taking on offense, a little more reckless on defense. But the Cosmos in those green uniforms looking to keep things short and tight and grind it out and not let those thoroughbreds of Mill River get out there and run like the wind up and down the field. Hannon going to call for the ball and get the ball, and she'll take the heave. Kachupi had it, lost it, and I believe handball called. And it went off number 14, Fontaine. Yeah, so Lee on the kick, and Dagan nudging it forward to that group of people, and that's going to force him to kick it side out and throw. Throw is the call by the official Randy Dewey. And he's just waiting for a Mill River player to come over. It's going to be Chelsea Bagley, and Bagley wants to take it right into the box from this spot on the field. And Quimby playing the far post right now. She'll reappear. There she is. Bagley to Kachupi to the left foot. Got it up and over the football crossbar. That's good in football, but it's not good in soccer. And that'll be a goal kick coming up, and we'll have Fontaine. Take it off the near side of the box here. And they do. They get all the way up to the 40-yard line, and the ball rolled through, and you can see Bagley going after it. And getting a lot of time to work with. She goes to Ross, and she'll make the stop just before it hits the sidelines, and Rogstad and Ross in the same spot. And the ball will roll away to an open portion of the field where there were no Mill River players, and that will go and become a throw for Olivia Johnson of Springfield. And I believe, by everybody studying that went out to play 1-0 Mill River, 45 minutes into the game. And you see Katrupi letting the ball roll in deeper, and then the shot on the short side, and Quimby again in good position to make the stop. Counting their steps, and again, the kick didn't go far. The field was short, but Mill River didn't take advantage of the shortened field. Now Lee, coming up the field, will lose it at midfield, and Holler was the one that rotated over. Jenny Holler came around, and she'll speed after it, but not get there. We'll have Fontaine take the throw for Springfield. When you see Osmer in stride, and the ball nudged out of bounds by Howland. Paige Carrera asking for the ball, getting the ball, and Paige Carrera stopped, went short. Well, she took what they gave her. Everything was marked long, so she took the ball short to the open Rebecca Day. And Jenny Holler to Lee, who missed it. Oh, she wound up like a home run hitter and missed the ball, and now she'll get back into position. And, yep, they'll get away with that one. It happens. I can't imagine it not happening all the time. You got to touch the ball and time the kicks and all that good stuff. So that's going to come in and over the top, and Mooney will make the grab and make the save. So 6.5 minutes gone by here in the second half, and Dover came out early, got the goal. Now Springfield settling back down into that style of play they want here, as they're only down to 1 goal, and on the trail will be Katrupi. Katrupi coming up will send the ball to the corner, and it's going to be just a tad bit long. Yes, oh, she had what appeared to be an open player over there, but just did barely miss it, the connection. So on this breezy fall day, Springfield will wait for Fontaine. Now she's been having short kicks. See if Mill River again can step up and turn the attack on the offensive here. As Holler able to angle the ball off to Merrill, and then Merrill just send it down to the 40-yard line. Springfield content just to turn and kick up the sideline, and they'll have the throw now. Again, throwing short, and one of the Mill River players stepped in there. I believe it was Holler again. Yeah, and ooh, right off Holler's head. I don't think she was ready for it, and that's going to be a handball off from Paige Carrera. Nice spot to kick from, just about the 35-yard line. Far enough out where you can really loft it without the worry of kicking it out of play. That's pretty decent. That's real decent. Yeah. She just didn't have enough time to settle it down. And Mooney, with traffic coming at her, will make the grab. The senior stopper, one of the captains, Mackenzie Mooney, with the save. Again, Springfield very much alive and well here in the second half, down just the 1 goal. Ross will have it, and she was looking to send Osmer, and she might get a chance here. That will roll, and not too many stoppers back. Day to Osmer, to the corner. Osmer looking in line and trying to make the move. She does, and she'll come around that in line and lift it up, and just tough angle. And Day was just about 2 steps late getting there to head that in, but nice job of working the ball down in deep by Osmer. And so on the kick, after the missed opportunity, Springfield on the road. Played Mill River scoreless tie in the first 40 minutes. Minute 13 in the second half, they surrendered the game's only goal to Rebecca Day. The first shot by Day. Now see, they're playing like playoff soccer right now. There's a lot more contact in playoff soccer. I should say a lot more allowed contact in playoff soccer. And did they get enough? No, I thought they had enough to control it, but it will become Mill River ball. So Paige Carrera will back up and throw to the inside. And tell you, something was wrong from the get-go, because the minute Paige Carrera threw the ball, she said, "I'm sorry, Rebecca." So when they're apologizing on the throws before it hits the ground. That's not good. 10 minutes gone by here. We played 50 minutes of soccer, and it's 1-0 the Minutemen. You're watching PEGTV. You can always call PEGTV the old-fashioned way on the telephone at 747-0151. Call up, tell Tom Leipold what a good job he does as a program director at Channel 15. Don't forget to mention what a good job I do to him. Also to him, you know. Or if you're a real techie, modern person, you go on the website at PEGTV.com. Click video on demand, watch any Munger Vision production you'd like. Right there on the internet, anywhere in the universe. There's all kinds of other things on that web page. That's just people usually go there for viewing video on demand. And that will go out of bounds, yes. And Springfield trying to get some tempo going right now. You see Merrill take the angle and force everything wide. Now Rogstad will come into the play. And Rogstad will nudge the ball 5, 6, 7 yards further down the field, and Springfield on the attack. We're trying to mount an attack, I should say, and that's going to be up on the far side. And Lee says enough for that. She walked around and just gently kicked it out of bounds. And Springfield will take the throw at the 20-yard line. There's the Cosmos. Again on the attempt to finish a perfect regular season, Mill River. Hasn't been easy today, that's for sure. Kachupi reverses field, sends it down. Osmer's got some room. Osmer. Emily Osmer. She's been dynamite this year to watch. Brought the ball up. See that how they had the marks there? She beat the first defender. The second defender was in good position. Kachupi. A little soft on the pass. Was looking to Rogstad around the 20. Now we'll go on the bounce far side and we'll have a weight throw. It looks like Taryn Rodenis and Maureen Taggart coming in the ball game now for Mill River. I said Rodenis is a junior and Taggart is a freshman. And they were looking down in Rogstad's direction. Day also there, but that ball will be cleaned up and sent up the sideline by Springfield near right in front of their bench area. And not a lot of room to work with us. Both teams marking tight today, and the score would indicate that in a 1-0 game with 27:40 left to go in the second half. And that was just played off the leg of Rodenis and out of bounds. Mooney with the one big save so far here in the second half for Mill River. Didn't see a lot of action in that first half. Quimby on the other end for Springfield's been big all day. Of course, she's had a lot more shots put at her too, so she had a lot more touches. Program's got her listed as a freshman. That's pretty darn impressive. Osborne, I don't think she realized the ball stayed in play. She slammed it to the ground with her foot. And I tell you, a missed kick there, and Springfield on the counterattack coming down the field. You can see Holler getting into position, and she'll cut to the inside. Nice job. Boy, right there, refs are being very equal calls. Let her nudge her, come back and nudge her off the ball and let them play through it, and that will go the other way. Osmer just a step late getting there, and we'll have Chelsea Howland take the throw for Springfield. Paige Carrera there, spun around, and then we'll send it backwards to go forwards, and we'll go off. Holler kicked it and it went off from. Oh, you see Holler fired up, slammed the ball down, but it was a good call. She kicked it, went out from Springfield, then we're back to Holler and out of play. The Cosmos getting some penetration here in this second half. That'll be off from Holler again out of bounds. Mill River with the game's only goal off from the foot of Rebecca Day. Her first shot blocked by Quimby, and then the rebound left there, and then the follow-up by Day. The difference in the game right now. And I'm just waiting. There's the throw to find the throw. It's Carrera spun around and nudged it and she got the ball back off her toe, and that'll come down, and Chelsea Bagley, she brought it down, just couldn't control it, and the ball will be Springfield's possession, and Rogstad will go to the far side and chase of the ball turn, and I don't think, you can see how tight Springfield's marking everything out there. That's deflected straight up in the air, and on a 50-50 ball that's headed forward. Osmer Didn't get a chance to really get wound up as the defensive player was there. And that goes off from Osmer out of bounds, and we'll have Springfield take the throw right in front of their bench area. 25 minutes left in regulation. And Rebecca Day and Osmer in heavy traffic communicated well to each other, and they'll send the ball back to Day, and she'll reach behind her and get it. And Day counting the steps, trying to get ready to cock the gun and fire it. Nope, defense came out to contest it. Paige Carrera came up and will push it through, and nope. Tell you, again, you could see the problem Mill was having just finding an open lane to send the ball down through. That's going to bounce around inside the 18. Again, just so much congestion Springfield causes down there. There's not a lot of open alleys to slide the ball through. Not only a well-devised game plan, that must mean Springfield did some scouting. They probably went out to PEGTV.com and watched the Mill River games on Munger Vision on PEGTV. But that's one thing to have a game plan, another thing to get your players to understand it and execute it. And so Carrera will have to wait as they bring back in Katrupi and Ross for Mill River with 24 minutes left to play in regulation. And that was headed forward by Bagley, got to the 18 and cleaned up by Springfield. Carrera played it off her hand and let it go. And yeah, now it's called. Hickey caught it, Brian Hickey, and it played off from her hip to her hand, and that will be the call. And we'll have a kick coming up for Springfield. As Fontaine, high kick to midfield and tried to come down solid with the trap. You see Rogstad in there doing some bumping and grinding and dislodges the ball. Comes free for a second. Back to midfield, spins around Rogstad and going to send the ball down to the corner. Springfield, no numbers right now. As you could see, Lee was right there in good position. Came over and knocked the ball out of bounds because Mill River, I think, yeah, that's going to be out from Springfield out of bounds. So it'll be Bagley taking the throw. And Bagley will drop it down to Katrupi, and she can't quite get there, and Springfield turn around and just drive it back out of bounds. And pretty much the throw's going to take place 10 yards further up the field. It'll just be Bagley again. It'll go off from Katrupi, and she wanted to turn up the sideline, and again, ball tapped out of bounds, and we'll have Bagley move up 20 more yards to take the throw. Nice defensive block as, who was it, number 3 went sprawling through the air. Taylor Thomas, and Holler again back in good position, knocked the ball away. Lee will take a few dribbles and then send it up on a 20-yard pass, and Springfield just turns it right back around. But Springfield, I'll tell you what, they're holding their own today. They're doing a nice job out there, and this has been a tough ball game for both teams. Been well played, a lot of grit. This is a gritty game. I don't mean in general, I mean this specific game. And you can see Ross coming down in pursuit, and Springfield will elect to just turn and kick and let Mill River take the throw, and now Springfield will mark up with 22 minutes left to go in the contest. Katrupi going to send it in. No, see the wall they built? Offside. Didn't matter offsides. Osmer was offsides. But again, you can see how hard it was to find an open lane to get the shot through. Springfield playing again, they're set up to play a defensive posture game. They'll take the score off a counter rush or a corner or a PK or some fluky thing. But right now, offense is not their number one priority, and they're in the ball game at that 1-0. And on the switch, I want to see who's heading over there for Springfield. Looks like, oh, she's coming out of the game. Okay, so never mind. I saw a body in a green jersey going over toward where the throw was, but they're coming to the bench, coming out of the ball game. And Holler came up and made the steal, and she'll send it down herself, and that's going to be Springfield. See, that's the only time they get in troubles, when a ball takes a bad bounce like that. Well, actually, other than that, they had the second layer of defense in position. Carrera will swivel around, get the ball to Day. She'll try to kick it from front to back on the heel kick, and now Holler will step up at the 45 and drive it back to the 30. Katrupi with the dodge will try to pick it off there, and they dodged around her, and it's going to come back to Lee, and that's the Amanda Lee leg I know right there. She whipped that ball on a laser beam down to the 30-yard line. Day trying to be gentle, and she's trying to put touch on the ball to Osmer. Quimby had it lost. Yeah, open. Day can't see. The defense came out and took away the shot. Good reaction by the defense. And Day down there, don't know if she got injured on the play, but she's staying in the ball game. That's got to hurt. To swing your leg that hard to take a kick, a foul and a kick coming up. Oh, they're going to call it on Cachupi. Oh, I didn't see it that way. Wow. Well, Randy hearing it from the fans on the sideline, so. But you got to have that in any sport, the home team. Whoever gets the foul call on them, of course, they always argue with the call. That's some of the fun of being a fan. And some of the not having fun as official, but. As Osmer hanging around, the offensive end comes up with the ball. She'll give it back. She's looking for Cachupi, and Day now comes up, goes off from Day's shins to the side. Sent back into play. Yes. There had to be Lee come up on the plane, turned it back around, and Lee moving up the field. She's coming down the field, and nope, picked off her leg. Now she'll turn around and get back into position defensively. She's only come down the field 3 times today on an offensive rush. Osmer to Page, and just too much of a lead on it. That ball will kick and roll and be out of play. And that will be at the 19-minute mark. Paige Carrera. Waiting for Taryn Rodenis to come in. Rodenis is going to replace Cachupi. That's a Mill River change. 1-0, the Minutemen looking to end the regular season perfect. Springfield having a lot of doubts they're going to do that right now. And they'll just go over the top. They'll dump it out, and Lee waited maybe a tad bit too long and did get the ball momentarily up to the 50, and now Springfield turning it right back around. There's Carrera. They'll link up with Rodenis. The ball rolled over the top of her foot, and then a follow-up by Springfield. Lee. Because right now, there's been a lot of volleying like that in the game. Oh, what a bad bounce. They're going to be okay with it. And I don't know, Springfield player just crashed and burned, and see she's okay. Could be just a little rut in the field, and she is okay. As Osmer came up, and she tried to do a slide tackle, and she couldn't control the ball. And Springfield again will just dump the ball back over to the 30. And they've done a good job of kind of bogging down the play like this Springfield has. And it has, to a degree, frustrated Mill River. They're not glaring degree. Sorry about that, I got cold. That ball just missed, being settled down by Day. Carrera steps up, and 50-50 ball, and that's going to be pushed toward the 18, but not in. Bagley with a nifty move, with 17 minutes left to go. And that will be out of play, and it's going to be a white throw. Now Hannon coming into the ball game for Mill River, and she's going to take Paige Carrera's spot. Now slide Bagley over to take the throw, number 22. There's Bagley. And they found, well, I can hear the coach from Springfield very, very clearly. Who's got 7? I want somebody on her. That's going to be out of play. As Hannon wound up a big kick, and it goes out of play. So yeah, I mean, you got to give Springfield credit. They have obviously done some scouting. And they have the right defensive scheme and right people marked, that's for sure. Of course, number 7 is Osmer. Everyone know who had her, because somebody's got to get on her. And Osmer and Dave usually had a couple people on them. You can see Hannon slowing down the tempo now, taking a little more time off between throws, and they'll start doing that with goal kicks. Bring the clock down. Rodenis brings the ball over, and that's just going to slide through, and it's going to out-kick everybody in white. And Quimby will let the ball cross the inline, and we'll have a goal kick taken by Fontaine. Again, the only goal is from Rebecca Day, unassisted, at the 41-13 mark of the game. And that's going to be plucked out of the air with her knee by Rodenis. And Osmer's going to get a great bounce. Osmer, oh, she'd like to have that one again. She got to the, she didn't get to the keeper's box, but she got to the 7-yard line. And the ball just took a favorable bounce and missed the defender, and that left Osmer open, but she cranked it high, high, high. Day runs right through the ball and had it, and it's going to roll toward the sideline. Day trying to bring it back in, and should be a white throw. And that'll be Hannon now, 23. Amber Hannon, that will take the throw. First year of varsity soccer, and wow, what a good job she's done. Osmer, tough angle. See if she wants to bring the ball back on the pass, and that will go out of bounds. Hannon will just move about 7 yards further up the field, and she will take the throw for Mill River. Short throw. I don't know if the wind knocked down or what, but Redenis couldn't slide up through the 2 Springfield defenders, and Hannon didn't settle, just kicked and got an offside on Osmer. Third offside of the game on Mill River. Yeah, right there is one of those things you look at, maybe she had a lot more time than she may have realized. She could have settled it and got a decent kickoff. 14 minutes to go in the second half of play here, and it stays 1-0 Mill River. As they're looking to a perfect end to the regular season and get geared up for the playoffs. And that's going to be spun around. Merrill able to work it free somewhat, and then out of play. Bagley defensively was there along with Hannon, and it'll be Hannon on the throw. They rotate between Hannon and Bagley for most of the throws. And that's just headed straight down to the ground. It goes to Bagley to Redenis, and she just wants to settle it. And she was trying to slide it through to Eleanor Ross. And Ross gets it offsides again. That's a good call. No, she is definitely offside. That was way offsides. She looks surprised, Emily does, but she was offsides. They do. They just look that step out of sync. They're going to stop the clock right now at 13 minutes even to go because the ball had rolled so far out of play. But no, I told you, Seniors Day a lot of times just really, and no matter what sport or what gender, a lot of coaches cringe over because their team's just it's out of their normal routine and they're just out of sync. And right now, not to take anything away from Springfield, they played a heck of a game. Mill River just really one of their most out of sync games I've watched play all year. Good thing Seniors Day only comes once a season. And that'll be missed kick twice and should be a white throw. Hannon right there says, "Give me the ball, I'm ready to go," and she will get that running start and let it fly. Yeah, they've had quite a few offsides today on Osmer, but she's just anxious. She's ready to get going. And you've seen a couple on different players just miss timing kicks, and like their focus isn't quite as sharp. I've seen it razor sharp out here in some games. Oh, Lee and Mooney. Mooney made their initial save, and Lee will save it from being a corner, and she'll kick it out. Mooney gambled. She's a gambler, Mooney is. She came out and made the big aggressive stop. And Springfield with the throw. And the other good thing is that, oh, look at Mooney right there. Seeing some action now as she'll slide and make the save. With just 11 and a half minutes left in the ball game. Oh, and the wind really is probably doubled in strength what it did earlier in the first half here. But you know, for the most part, it really hasn't affected throws or kicks. Hannon going way in the air to get the header. Did you see that spin move out there by Taylor Thomas? That was pretty nifty stuff. And out of play. Should be a white throw, and Hannon asking for the ball, getting the ball, and backing up and taking time off that clock. As we're below 11 minutes to go now. Mill River up by 1. Oh, that had to hurt. That hurt just watching it. Going off Lindsay Bulldog. Now a hard throw in. It gets to midfield, but it avoided a lot of people's legs as Lee with a nifty trap out of midair and then steps into it, lifts it, and what she wanted was air under the ball and let Osmer run underneath it. Didn't happen, but that's what she was shooting for. Oh yeah, there was no whistle and everybody kind of relaxed like there was a stoppage in play, which there wasn't. Bulldog will swing and miss, and Springfield will still get the ball on the backup, and Day trying to pass it around to herself. It'll go out of bounds and we'll have a green throw. 10 minutes to go. We've played 70 minutes of soccer, and there's just one goal separating the two teams. As Hannon got spun around. Fontaine with the throw. Day looking for this trailer on the play, which is Redenis. Redenis will crash through, get it, and then trying to send the ball over to Ross, and that ball just flat out knocked down. As we've said a lot today, it's been a good defensive scheme by Springfield. And Hannon, and I don't know what she's doing, but she ended up on her backside. The ball slid through. And again, see that second line of defense right there. They've really gapped very well, Springfield has. They're gapping on the field, and they've kept their gaps, their spacing. Oh, push. They pushed Osmer, and again, this is the 30-yard line. It's going to be the toughest thing about this is it's a straight-on angle. If this was off to the sidelines, this would be not a bad spot, but this is somewhat straight on, so we'll see what Rebecca Day can do here. Yeah, see, she didn't really have enough space to lob it and let her offensive line run underneath it. And she really couldn't crank on it because the wall was just 10 yards from her course, and she didn't have a lot of space behind the wall. So she did basically what she could do was just kick it at the... She could have kicked it into the wall, or she could have kicked it through to the goalie. That helped the goalie made a misplay. Holler, with a lot of people hollering at her, will turn the corner. They'll let her know she had pressure on her. And with 8:22 to go, Kachupi coming back in the ball game, replaced from Redenis for Mill River. And so again, see Mill River. There's Bagley tying her cleat. They'll take and be more deliberate with the lead now late in the game, just to milk the clock down. Springfield, they're still okay. They can let that clock get down to 4.5 minutes before they really change their defensive strategy and make it more of an offensive scheme, which makes it more vulnerable to long shots down the field or open dribbling all the way down the field for shots by Mill River. Right now, they're still all right. As they'll bring in Taggart to replace Ross for Mill River. And Katrupi, this time taking the throw, slamming it down to the corner, and Taggart got a piece of it, deflected it, and she'll take the bump, and I'm waiting for the call, because I thought it was a green ball. Yeah, it is a green ball. On the bump, it went off from Taggart after she's trying to restabilize herself, and in Springfield played Mill River to a scoreless tie in that first half, and then a minute 13 into the second half, Rebecca Day got free inside the 18, rifled a shot that was knocked down on a great save by Quimby, the goalie, but she gave up the rebound. Nobody marked Day after the shot. She went and got the rebound and put it in the net, and that's where we're at right now, 1-0, the Minutemen. And they wanted to head it off the back towards the net, and they missed it. And then Holler got it to Hannon, and that ball will come back down, and Hannon will follow it up. And will she follow it up one more time? Yes, she will. So she just keeps nudging it forward. Now she's trying to run underneath it, and she will get a leg on it, and that ball's going to be out of bounds. Down to 6:19 in the ball game. And the Minutemen looking for a perfect end to a perfect season and get all fired up and refocused for the playoffs. They've already wrapped up the MBL regular season championship. I'm assuming the #1 seed. And they're trying to end at a 14-0 record. And then the playoffs, you wipe all that stuff away your mind and you start over in a brand new season, and you're not undefeated anymore, and you just get set to win one game at a time. You win a quarterfinal game, a semifinal game, and a final game, and you are the champion. I think they'd get a bye in the first round, Mill River. I don't think they'd have to play a play-down game. That's the reward. 5:26 to go. It stays 1-0 Mill River. Whoops. And Springfield got a lot of options here. They're only down 1 goal. And again, this has not been the tempo or style of play that Mill River had wanted or has played so well at. And you got to really give Springfield a lot of credit for the game plan and then executing the game plan. And Quimby will bobble it around, and that's going to become a corner. Now, the significance of that was if Quimby handles it clean, it's a goal kick. She bobbled it. Her stopper panicked, her sweeper panicked, and kicked it out. There was no Mill River player in the vicinity, so she actually could have just stopped and grabbed the ball, but the sweeper came up and kicked the ball out of bounds, and we'll have a corner kick coming up for Mill River. 4:30 to go in the soccer game. And that's sitting up in a bad spot. Up, and just over the top of the crossbar. That was Jenny Holler that came up and took the second kick. So Springfield again keeping it at just a 1-goal deficit. But they're at this point now below 4 minutes where they've got to start creeping up the field. And Mill River will have possession and they'll have the throw, and Bagley will come over and she'll be about the 40-yard line when she lets go of it. That's just what she does. Day wanted to go to the left side, and that was knocked down and played nicely by Olivia Johnson. And Johnson, whoops, that thought it was out of bounds. I stopped taping. She's still going. Look at this battle. Look at this battle right here. Huh? That was good stuff right there. As Holler able to step up, challenge, and stop the progress of the ball coming down the field for Mill River. And then just slide it forward, and that'll be out of play, and going to send Bagley across the field. 22 to take the throw. 3:20 to go in the regular season for Mill River. Up by 1 with an undefeated record. And Kachupi just slides it down that sideline, and Springfield will respond by dumping it out. At some point, you would think they would have to change that strategy a little bit. Now on the trail, it's Hannon. Hannon up, and we'll take a throw. Yes, that's the call. A throw coming up. Mill River very content to take the time, and Hannon on this side of the field. Hannon will take the throw. So Hannon again taking her time. And there's the throw. That wind had a lot to do with that. That went out from Kachupi out of bounds. That wind knocked that ball down quite obviously. And as we zero in on the 2-minute to play mark. And Springfield with the goal kick. Day. And yeah, that's got to be a kick for Springfield. That was a dangerous play, bringing that cleat up around the face area of the Springfield player. And they're going to want it brought back about 2 yards. Plenty of time for another rush or two down the field by the Cosmos, and they're looking for a good bounce right now, and they're going to get it down to the center of the field, and Holler hadn't lost it, and now we'll come back to this near side and inside the 18. Trying to bring the kick through, and Mooney will just let it go out of play, and we'll have a goal kick for Mill River. Well, the Springfield squad worked it down inside the 18, but the defense just kept angling them further and further away from the net. Tough angle to take a shot also. And see this lead taking her time, And she's looking for a long kick. She doesn't want to shorten the field here. 1:11 to go. 1:11 away from a perfect regular season. And there's a chance for the kick, and Mooney will make sure there's no rebound. She had company back there coming in. Under a minute to play from Mill River. 1-0 the Minutemen. The only goal is from Rebecca Day at the 41:37 mark. And it's looking more and more like it's going to be the only goal Mill River will need. And Mooney will come all the way over to this near side, and the crowd's starting to whoop it up at 32 seconds to go. Springfield, like I said, excellent game plan, excellent execution. Mill River just kept pounding away, and got the only goal they needed. Taggart will bring it down inside the offensive zone for Mill River. 12 seconds, 11 seconds, and that kick side out should just about seal the victory up for Mill River. They will end the regular season undefeated and perfect as they count down 2-1, and that is it. And then it's the Minutemen with a 1-0 win over Springfield. Rebecca Day with the game-winning goal. Mackenzie Mooney, the goalie back, you're getting some good congratulations, some deserved congratulations. And on Seniors Day, it's Mill River's day as they will overcome a tough opponent in Springfield, and now they will get geared up and refocused for the playoffs. So congratulations to the Minutemen. Congratulations to all the seniors, both for Mill River and for Springfield. And now it's time for you, the Channel 15 viewers, to get ready for some playoff soccer on Munger Vision.